Holy shit. Alright, let's see what's going on.
Welcome to another episode. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash that like button like it's your Alabama cousin, so it reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number one, here's an ignorant woman saying that socialism beats fascism. But who's the one that's going to tell her that they're pretty much the same thing? After all, fascism used to be called National Socialism. She, of course, wants socialism because she thinks socialist politicians will steal from the rich to give to her. Looks like she got a CCP-sponsored college education. Up next, this woman admits she made a false grape claim to put this innocent man in jail because he
Oh,
looked
yeah, that
creepy.
guy. Yeah,
He
I
didn't
heard
even
about
do
this
anything
one.
to her, and he probably didn't even make eye contact. Soon going out in public as a man, if you're not good looking enough, could be dangerous for your freedom. I think that she should get whatever sentence that man would have received instead. Also, are you telling me that she doesn't actually look kind of creepy to you? Number three, Britain is facing a new threat from a generation of young men in their bedrooms, according to Keir Starmer, the
Hmm?
Prime Minister of the UK. So
Uh,
I guess that hiding in your
so-
house as a man to avoid
basically
false
neat.
allegations of grape from a woman
Oh,
won't work
all the
either,
VTube.
because then the government will label you a terrorist. Hey moron, how about going after migrants and grooming gangs? Keir Starmer seems to hate his own people and country. Moving on, here's more insanity in the UK. You will be refused bail even if you watch riots in the UK from the sidelines. You will be locked up if you're just walking down the street and you see people going at it.
If you're on
These
the
sorts of
sidelines,
laws
you
are more
get
insane
fucked.
than what you read in the book 1984. Revolution is needed when you can be arrested for simply seeing something. How did the UK go from civilizing the world and spreading parliamentary democracy to tyranny? Number 5, in
Democracy.
1883, the body of a bear and Frank Devereaux were found next to each other. The man and the bear fought each other to the death. Dude ended a bear with his bare hands, no pun intended. Women want to die peacefully in their beds while men want to go out like Frank, battling a bear. May he rest in Valhalla all shiny and crone. I guess this adds new meaning to the phrase you should have seen the other guy. Up next, this woman says she's just minding her business at the gym while men are looking at her. But I only see one guy looking, and it looks like he's looking at the camera that's pointed at her, and you can definitely see fear in his eyes. Meanwhile, to me, that looks
Whoa.
like one fat giner. This is all about manufacturing fake outrage. One question we should all be asking is, who's got a bigger
Fucking tank.
bulge? Andrew Tate or that chick? I say the chick. Number 7, careful out there, crypto bros. The buzzards with boobs are circling trying to grab your gains for themselves. They
Uh-oh.
love the money and not you. Once you get rich, the downside when it comes to dating is you'll never know if the women are interested in you or your money. The woman in this graphic is a fool because by the end of 2025, the Bitcoin bags will pop. And I'll bet you anything she comes back at that point after she's gone on a year-long chat-a-thon. Moving on, a new study says that women are twice as likely as men to be interrupted or spoken over. Is that because they say stupid things or because they try and monopolize conversations where they don't say anything significant because they're trying to use conversations with people as a form of free therapy? When a woman
Free
spews verbal
therapy.
diarrhea, as far as I'm concerned, she just wants people's attention and won't stop saying nonsensical things while she has it. If you stop listening and tune out, then she'll call you insensitive and selfish. You just can't win. Number 9, will the skank wars end us all? Bonnie Blue slams Lily Phillips and says she's jealous because she slept with 1,057 men
Oh, yeah, I
in just
already know
12
about this.
hours. Phillips was planning on smashing 1,000 men in just 24 hours, but Bonnie beat her to the punch. So now Phillips is going to go for the backdoor challenge to see how many guys get in her poop chute in 24 hours.
Jesus.
That's dedication because she'll probably have to wear a diaper for the rest of her life if she does it. Up next, Fetterman votes with the Republicans to make Pete Hegseth the Secretary of Defense, but that he still won't switch over and become a Republican. I'm predicting that it's going to happen at some point. When the Democrats' most sensible politician is one with brain damage from a stroke, you know your party is toast. But I'm guessing that the Democrats will throw him out long before he shows himself the door. Politicians should represent their constituents and not their party. Number 11, this woman
Yeah,
says
that
that the
doesn't
hardest
happen,
part
though.
about co-parenting is when their boys are at the age where they actually
There's
want to stay
also a
with their
bunch
father
of,
because he's their role
right,
model and can
governmental
teach them things that she
NGOs
can't,
and
but
right,
wishes that she
lobbyists
could.
that fuck with the
Looks like
system,
she's
too,
going to
so
be
that's
okay
fun.
though because she's got the world's biggest huggy to soak up her tears. You know that she's probably going to become a dog mom next, and it's good her kids won't be home to see her taking the dog pill. Moving on in 2013, this woman driver planned to pick up a friend 90 miles away, but a GPS error told her to drive 900 miles to Zagreb, Croatia. Two
Huh?
days went by and her son reported her missing.
The
This
what?
reminds me of those people that drive into a
Excuse
river
me?
because the road ends, but their
Are you
GPS tells them to
fucking...
keep going.
Huh?
As for the woman driver, she's amusing, but I think we're all interested in learning how the media will
How the
blame this on
fuck
men
did that
somehow.
happen?
Number 13, wide overweight women
Oh.
like this have confidence today when they didn't have it 25 years ago. Is it because all the thirsty men on dating apps are boosting their egos? Is it because some men have realized that fat women are fun in bed? My final answer is that we stopped fat shaming.
Huh?
Once we did, they grew out their fupas like they were fanny pack accessory belts. Also,
Jesus.
have you ever noticed that a woman
No.
that's 150 pounds
She's
now is
black.
considered petite? Up next, gaming is cooked if only 33% of
No, I
people
would
would say
not
they would
buy it
pay
if it
100
cost
bucks for the
100
new
bucks.
GTA. Of course, guys don't actually want
Actually,
to
well,
pay
I
for a
don't know.
woke game.
It would
100
depend.
bucks in the United States is like
Cause
145 Canadian. So
honestly,
even less people in this country would actually want to pay for it.
right, the genre of Grand Theft Auto is pretty. There's been a lot of games that have done it already, right? It's just you have the right, the Rockstar logo and story and brand on it, which is very obviously different from the other game. But I mean, we'll see.
For it. Most of us have a
We'll
massive
see.
library of games to play, so why would we bother? In the end, this will be good for gaming because we will see the rise of indie game studios. Number 15, are any of us really surprised that Kamala blames her husband Doug Emhoff for her loss to Donald Trump? This is probably the most predictable thing ever, because women have an impossibly hard time taking accountability when things go wrong. You just know that she took him home and gave him a severe tongue lashing. It's her fault for being wooden, though. She also should have said no when the Democrats asked her to run on the tickets. That would have showed some courage. We all know why he cheated on her. Moving on, Tiffany Trump looks like Sydney Sweeney if you tried drawing her from memory. I'm just now hearing about her in general. I guess he doesn't parade her around with his other kids. Probably because she looks like a failed abortion attempt or something. But
Jesus.
she's pregger, so now that's why she's got that puffy glow face.
Ugh.
When I first saw her, I couldn't stop but laugh and think about that little bit skit from Rick and Morty. Number 17 is Shanti Davis, Jeffrey Epstein's victim, giving a back massage to Slick Willie back in 2002. Funny, with that smile on her face, she doesn't exactly look like a victim to me.
God
She was
damn
probably
it!
thrilled to sit
Stop.
on Slick Willie later that evening. Remember that powerful men are an aphrodisiac for women. Plus, she's going on a private jet to a private island, and most would do almost anything for you without actually being asked for that experience. Up next, remember back in the 90s when Liv Taylor looked like this. I would definitely smash because she has the perfect face proportions that I like. Unfortunately, she was probably passed around by more rock stars than all the women on Epstein's island combined. And just for
Oh
the
yeah, you
record, this
know.
is what her father,
Oh yeah, you
Steven Tyler, looks
definitely
like
know that
at the same
the movie star, right, all the famous, right, stars in the industry of Hollywood. Oh yeah, they slept around a lot. They definitely
Lucky
did.
for her, they look almost nothing alike.
Especially when
He was
your
the lead singer.
right, especially when your job is working as an actor with with all those people.
Aerosmith. Number 19, we all know that women said they would go on a sex strike if Trump won. Any word on how that worked
Some of
out
these
for
people
them?
probably
I
slept
would
to the
imagine that
top.
it's
Who
over before
knows?
it even began. Funny how that's the only bargaining chip that they have, using
And
their
just look at Joy
sexuality as a
Taylor, right?
weapon
Slept
to
to
get
the
what they
top.
want. They showed their card, and more men than ever realize that's their power now. I doubt that most of them even have much sexuality to use anymore. They used it up over the last 100 guys or so. Moving on, what went wrong between the men in the 1980s
What
and
the
the men in the
fuck is this?
2020s? Looks like testosterone deficiency to me.
Yeah.
They need to put down those scooters and start lifting weights. Is it the fault of single unmarried moms that don't provide an adequate enough role model to be active? In the 80s, we got to enjoy the film Scarface, but today all we're surrounded by are men with
Soy
soy
face,
face.
yep.
It could also be that bullies aren't
It's
allowed to
sad,
maintain balance in the
ain't
world
it?
anymore. If I wasn't bullied, I never would have been lifting weights and I never would have got jacked. I'd probably just look like a soy boy on a scooter right now. Number 21, Emily says that you're a misogynist if you don't like Taylor Grift. Well, hello
Taylor
there, fellow
Grift? I'm sorry, what?
misogynists. Sure, she has a handful of songs that were okay a decade and a half ago. but I
Dude, that
understand why
bitch is
she's popular
overrated.
now, especially as her
Who
music
gives a
quality and looks are
fuck?
fading.
She's an activist
Whenever I
cunt.
think about her, all I can do is remember this creepy Chucky look-alike doll of her. She's pure nightmare fuel. Up next, this story is really sad. Sergeant Taylor here was severely injured, but his fiancée still married him. A year later, they were divorced. She looks scared and reluctant, and if she didn't marry him, just imagine how everyone would actually hate her. She married a man with no face to save face. She was in a no-win scenario, and 6 years later, he went and took his own life, probably because of the physical pain, and I'd imagine because he'd never be able to be in a relationship with another woman ever again.
Jesus.
Number 23, there's me trying to enjoy life while sales tax, capital gains tax, income, property, and carbon taxes are attacking me. Might as well add tariffs to the mix, as well as inflation and runaway asset prices. Living life these days trying to get ahead is like playing a video game on the highest difficulty setting, especially in a place like Canada. Also, let's not forget the other troublemakers put in this mix. Moving on, all the people filming the elites at Davos have it wrong. They need to capture footage of the elites using working girls because apparently every year prostitutes gather in Davos, where demand for their services skyrockets. You know the whores are really going to earn their money with these weirdos. If they weren't rich and powerful,
It's the
then they would all
bugs.
be incels. I
By
also
Klaus
wonder if the
Schwab.
hoes come along on the private
Here's
jets
the
along with the
bugs.
globalists. Number
The
25,
bugs.
here's what happens when you're in the middle of a club and the mushrooms
What the
finally kick
fuck?
in. Or maybe you're sobering up from them and you see a single mother for what she really looks like. I know it's scary, but so many of them look like that underneath.
That's
This
fucking
reminds me of a
gross,
horrible
dude.
episode of Star Trek Voyager,
Jesus.
where Janeway and Paris turn into slugs and breed on some strange alien planet.
What the
So
fuck
that's
is
it for
that
another
thing?
Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm.
Why would
and
you
so
do
users
such a
can
thing?
find it.
That's
If you
evil.
enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.
That was very cruel. Why would you do that? I don't know if I'll watch this. Some shit went down with Drewski, I guess because of the whole P Diddy shit. But I don't know.
Did you feel it? An earthquake rattled eastern Ventura County. Did you feel it? An earthquake rattled eastern Ventura County this afternoon.
Yeah, the USGS says that this 4.1 magnitude quake was felt pretty much all across the LA area. Let's go to Carlos Aceto. He's got more. He's in our news center tonight. Carlos?
We're Korean. Thankfully, I didn't feel it, but a lot of people felt the shaking, and it did rattle some nerves across Southern California. Of course, it depends how close to the epicenter you were at the time of the quake. Take a look at the map here. The 4.1 earthquake happened just after 1 this afternoon. The quake occurred 7 miles north of Malibu,
I guess I'll show
southwest
off,
of Westlake Village. That's where many residents
code.
reported feeling the shaking. It was followed by several aftershocks. The jolt strong enough to spook this black cat off its tracks in Westlake Village Sunday afternoon. The magnitude 4.1 earthquake centered 7 miles northwest of Malibu, striking at 1:03 p.m. The trembler sent light shaking across Southern California, the strongest felt in parts of Malibu, Agoura Hills, and Thousand Oaks. In Westlake Village, residents reported feeling a roll and a shake lasting about 5 seconds. It was followed by several aftershocks, a magnitude 2.5 earthquake a minute later, and magnitude 3 and magnitude 2.8 aftershocks at 1:07 p.m. The initial quake strong enough to activate the shake alert system. The area near the epicenter has seen some seismic activity lately. Dr. Lucy Jones with Caltech.
This is a place where we've actually been seeing several magnitude 4s over the last year. The first one was in February of 24, I think February 9th. And then that was a 4.7. There was another 4.7 in September. And now this 4.1. There have also been several magnitude 3s again in the same general area. So it seems to be a spot that's popping off at this low level over the last year.
There were no immediate reports of damage or injuries following the shaking, but does the latest quake indicate a bigger one is on the way?
Having magnitude 4s doesn't, isn't a problem for anybody, right? It doesn't causes a lot of shaking and maybe some fear, but not any damage. And that seems to be what we're seeing in this sequence over the last year. And I know you asked me, what does it mean? And if we knew what it meant, we'd be in a whole different place than we are. At this point, what we can say is it means that we're having earthquakes in this area. And when you have a lot of earthquakes, you tend to have a lot of earthquakes.
Again, no reports of damage or injuries, just a few rattled nerves. This, of course, should serve as a reminder to everyone to be prepared for when the next big one does hit. Reporting live from the KTLA News Center, Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's been another fucking hidden camera. Apparently. Shady shit.
Now at 6:30, a troubling trend. Another hidden camera has been found outside a Southern California home.
Oops.
This time in the San Fernando Valley. The concealed camera was first noticed yesterday by a woman visiting her parents' house.
And as you can imagine, the recent camouflage camera has neighbors on edge. Rachel Menitoff joining us live in Encino with more on this. Rachel?
Rick, Karine, it's a very disconcerting discovery for this Encino family, and they're primarily speaking out tonight to warn people to look in their bushes, in their trees, in and around their homes for these kinds of suspicious devices. They never thought this would happen to them, and it's becoming increasingly more common in other neighborhoods as well. We spoke to one of the victims here in Encino. She wants to remain anonymous for obvious safety reasons. Listen to what she says.
We were all shaken, and we couldn't believe that they are watching my parents' activity here. And God knows how long it's been there, and they didn't even notice.
Here are pictures of the device found outside of the Encino home. There's a camera and a second device, which the family believes could be a hard drive. Experts say it's likely a cheap camera with a SIM card that criminals will often come back to retrieve later on and then analyze a person's habits and patterns. The concern, of course, is the unwanted surveillance and the fear that someone is watching you with plans to break into your house. These makeshift hidden cameras have been spotted in cities all around SoCal. For example, just last week, San Bernardino deputies found a hidden camera installed on Cannon Lane in Chino Hills. In an interview with us then, they said the devices closely matched the property's natural landscaping. Hidden cameras have also been found and reported in Temecula, Arcadia, and Alhambra.
The story is the crooks are looking for a way to get into your house. So whether these guys use drones or hidden cameras, if they find out there is no easy way into your house, guess what? That's the end of the story. They're not going to go any further. So the lesson to be learned from your story about hidden cameras is, if a guy has a hidden camera on your front lawn and he finds out that there's no easy way into your house, that's a great news.
And here in Encino, the neighborhood has been in touch with LAPD, which has since removed these devices from the property. Officers told this couple that anytime you find a device like this, it's important to call 911. It's that serious of a matter to them. That's the very latest from Encino tonight. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Karine, Rick, back to you.
All right, Rachel, we thank you for that.
Oh, maybe it's... Sorry. On to the next.
And of course, the economy could be affected by any new tariffs on Canadian products, a challenge for the next leader of Canada. And tonight, a critical election there to replace Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Molly Hunter is following that race and joins us now with more. And Molly, we have just learned in the last couple of minutes who the winner is.
Hallie, that's right. Minutes ago, we have learned there is a new incoming Canadian Prime Minister. It is Mark Carney, who won the leadership contest tonight by a landslide, Hallie, getting 85.9% of the vote. He's the former governor of the Bank of Canada and Bank of England. And Canadians tonight, Hallie, are hopeful that Carney will steady the ship and offer a reset in their relationship with President Trump amid the trade war and threats about annexing Canada. Following the announcement of tariffs earlier this year, Carney said in a rare interview, President Trump probably thinks Canada will cave in, but we are going to stand up to a bully. We're not going to back down. Now, Carney's platform centered on boosting Canada's economy. He will likely be sworn in this week. Hallie?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Oh shit, whoops.
So we did DoorDash because I wanted Doritos. And they were about, the red carpet part was about to start. Nobody wanted to leave to go to the grocery store. So it was DoorDash. And I'm thinking about this, so I was willing to give up whatever might be the tracking of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watched the Oscars.
Everyone in this room is now dumber.
Because I wanted Doritos. and I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay. What a retard. I'm trying to like mess with my
I want to follow up with something else because we recently had one of your Republican colleagues, Brandon Gill, on the show. He said that America would be better off if you were arrested and deported. He also said that there was audio of you advising what he said are illegal immigrants here from Somalia on how to evade ICE detection. I want you to respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, these are people who have really stopped caring about our institutions, really stopped caring about our Constitution. We know that folks who are here, whether they are documented or undocumented, we know whether you are a permanent resident or you are a citizen, you have constitutional rights. And it is really important for people to know those rights. I know that it is red meat for his base that are xenophobic and racist to say to them that I am going to find a way to arrest and deport a member of Congress who he thinks is doing something wrong when I am doing the right thing in trying to make sure everybody that is within my constituency has the resources and the information that they need.
And she was democratically elected by members, by the people in her district.
Yes, of course. But just to follow up very quickly, just be clear, you're not calling all of his base xenophobic and racist, right?
Well, I mean, he is feeding to something. He has a petition out. He's getting donations. That's what this is all about. He knows he can't deport me. There is no grounds for my arrest. So this information is only being put out there by him for a reason, and that reason is because he has a base that feeds off of that.
Oh, I think I know one.
California Governor Gavin Newsom criticizing transgender athletes who participate in women's sports during the debut episode of his new podcast. Listen to this.
I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. I revere sports, and so the issue of fairness is completely legit. And I saw that the last couple of years. Boy, did I saw how you guys were able to weaponize that issue.
Newsom there talking about all this, and why is it such a big deal? Couple reasons. Not many elected Democrats have taken that position. Also, governor is seen as a pretty likely candidate for president come 2028. Keep in mind, there are a lot of Americans who agree with Newsom on this. According to multiple recent polls, more than half the country think that trans women athletes should not be competing in women's sports.
I wanted to ask you, because there's been all of this debate about whether transgender athletes should be able to compete. And last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he thinks that trans athletes competing in girls' and women's sports was deeply unfair. Now, I want to hear what you think, because I'll tell you what I think, too.
Yeah. The last time I played a sport, I was 6 years old, and I was on a soccer team, but I assigned myself as the nurse. So I sat with the Band-Aids. And so, in the words of Wicked, I am not that girl. And so, in the words of Wicked, I am not that girl. But a dear friend of mine, Skylar, he is a trans athlete. His handle's Pink Manta Ray. That's someone who I really look to for guidance. And I think that is what's tricky is like now stepping in this identity. I'm still like a baby trans. You know, I've only 3 years in. Tomorrow's my anniversary.
Your friend
Yeah, thank you.
Stop clapping. Well, I think part of the problem that the trans community is facing, and it's the same problem that women face, is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works. So when you come in and you say, oh, you know, these are men, you know,
competing
against women, you're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything except be here. Have you seen female athletes? They know what they're doing. So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue.
Remember, you wanted this.
You're literally talking to someone who doesn't do any sports. What the fuck are you doing? Oh no. I'm not the Mr. Rogers. Oh shit.
Another common sense lesson from the great and powerful Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
boys are boys from the beginning.
God damn it. No.
Boys are boys from the beginning.
Another common sense lesson from the great and powerful Mr. Rogers.
Boys boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy.
Is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works.
Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy.
This is a man. This is a woman. Man. Woman.
Man.
A goat.
Woman. A goat.
A spicy woman. A legend.
A legend. Uh-oh.
That's a guy.
That's a
guy? That's a dude.
No.
No way. You're just saying that because you want it for yourself.
No, dude, I'm saying that because she's a guy.
It's impossible. Just look at her. She's got the cutest little upturned nose, softest lips, sweetest Adam's apple.
Everybody's fancy.
Sweetest. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. That was a good movie, too.
Bonsoir, mes amis. Bonsoir, tout le monde. Hello, my friends.
Yep,
What?
That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
Toby must be moving on.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Pause. Uh-oh.
St. Petersburg police say a missing persons case turned into a St. Petersburg police say a missing persons case turned into a kidnapping and homicide. Detectives collected evidence at a duplex on 27th Avenue North in St. Pete after police say a 16-year-old girl was beaten and killed inside.
Guns drawn, police threw him down on the ground, handcuffed him, put him in a cruiser. Ever since then, cops here 24/7 for 3 days.
35-year-old Stephen Gress is facing numerous charges, including kidnapping and first-degree murder. Officers say he met 16-year-old Miranda Corsette through a social media app on February 14th. She was then reported missing 10 days later.
On the 20th, at the house, there was some type of dispute over some missing jewelry. So from the 20th to the 24th, she was beaten and tortured because they could not find this piece of jewelry.
Chief Anthony Holloway says Gress then put her body in a car, and with the help of his domestic partner, Michelle Brandis, they drove her body to a home on Mallory Drive in Largo. Police say the teen's body was dismembered and then dumped in a dumpster in Ruskin.
And her body is somewhere, possibly in a landfill somewhere in that county.
The police chief says they are still working to locate that teen's missing body. Reporting in St. Petersburg, Julie Salmon, ABC Action News.
Oh, God damn it. I didn't.
That I'm just going to let you address those scenarios from the $250 bill to Mount Rushmore to, a third Trump term.
It's too easy to have fun with this, but Michael, this is scary shit. Pardon me, on a Sunday morning. And Lindsey Graham there, a United States Senator, you don't joke about that.
Right.
Trump's what, 78, 79 years old? I have no doubt that if Trump could, he would try to run again. I think, Michael, the biggest failure of all of us during this Trump era has been the failure of imagination.
You sure about that?
Mm-hmm. We have not imagined how bad and how low he'd go. He tried to overthrow an American election 4 years ago. I have no doubt that he could try to stop the midterm elections. If he's physically able, he may try to run again in 28. This is really scary.
You shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
You shut up! Okay, sorry. Keep fiddling with my goddamn project.
I want to follow up with something else because we recently had one of your Republican colleagues, Brandon Gill, on the show. He said that America would be better off if you were arrested and deported.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
He also said that there was audio of you advising what he said or illegal immigrants here from Somalia on how to evade ICE detection. I want you to respond to that.
What do you have to say for yourself?
There is
Again,
recordings of
these
it.
are people who have really stopped caring about our institutions, really stopped caring about our Constitution. And we know that folks who are here, whether they are documented or undocumented, we know whether you are a permanent resident or you are a citizen, you have constitutional rights. And it is really important for people to know those rights.
No.
Know that it is red meat for his base that are...
Obviously, they have rights, but as a guest. That doesn't mean we can fuck them when they fucking do illegal shit as soon as they enter in. If they're doing it the illegal way, you fucked up. You broke the rules. We're gonna revoke some of your rights right then and there.
And ways to say to them that I am going to find a way to arrest and deport a member of Congress who he thinks is doing something wrong when I am doing the right thing in trying to make sure everybody that is within my constituency has the resources and the information that they need.
So your constituency is outside of the United States, is that right? Is that correct? So you don't care about anyone in the United States. You care about your Somali butt pirates.
Need.
And she was democratically elected by members, by the people in her district.
And they pin on our badges.
Yes, of course. But just to follow up very quickly, just be clear, you're not calling all of his base xenophobic and racist, right?
And? Well, I mean, he is feeding to something. He has a petition out. He's getting donations. That's what this is all about. He knows he can't deport me. There is no grounds for my arrest. So this information is only being put out there by him for a reason, and that reason is because he has a base that feeds off of that.
Jailer! We got a rat right fucking here!
You called it nasty. It was like 4 minutes into the speech when Congressman Al Green was yelling at the podium and he was escorted out. What was going through your head as you heard the congressman yelling?
Well,
That's pretty interesting.
look, the bottom line is lots of people are frustrated. But the best way to protest what Trump is doing what we are doing and many senators and many congressmen are doing, and that is organizing against these horrible policies of calling Social Security a Ponzi.
What?
And then cutting, slashing
Would you
people in
rather?
Social
Would you
Security
rather
offices.
that Congressman
So here's
Green,
what we're, John.
Would
Here's
you
what
rather,
we're doing.
Would you rather that he not yell?
Would you not show?
Here, let me just say, the best answer, in my judgment, is to organize. So I put a call together last week with our activists. I thought 300-400 people would get on
when
the
you
phone.
say organize,
4,000,
whoa there, buddy.
3,000 people got on the phone. And what we all decided was we're going to focus our energy on the 6 Republican Congress members from New York.
Is y'all right upstairs?
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, dude. You might want to be you might want to be careful what you want to
Senate, you need
say.
3 or 4. We don't have Republican senators in New York, but in other states there are. And the best way to organize and protest is to organize. Organizing is hard, but it's effective, and that's what we're doing.
Blah, blah, blah.
Organizing's hard, but that's
Would you
what we're
rather
trying to
see
do.
Democrats more in line with what Senator Alyssa Slotkin was saying, or more in line with what Congressman Al Green and people holding signs in the audience were doing last night?
Look, I thought Alyssa Slotkin, I chose her because she is such one of our rising stars from the Midwest, won a race, knows how to talk to average folks, to working families, and she did a great job. And I think, again, the American people got more truth.
Hey! 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 You idiot!
You just kept talking nonsense. I gotta organize. You gotta organize.
I was surprised at the Democrats' behavior the other night because you delivered among the most diverse, expanded audience, Republicans, Democrats, Independents.
Yeah.
So is it just the Democrat leadership that does not see that?
There's something wrong with them.
We don't need paid protesters.
No, no, not this one again.
Are with us.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
No! Oh, Jesus, fuck. This was so bad. I was wondering what the fuck was happening when they made it. Like, who gave them the... I think it was someone who was in their, I think it was like one of their aides told them to do that. Whoever did that should fucking hang themselves, you fucking piece of shit. Why would you make us go through that bullshit? God damn it.
This is a song for all
God, this is so terrible too.
the good people who are part of this family. No, no, don't do it! No, Frank! No!
And all my life, I've watched politicians. We will cut your taxes. We will cut your taxes. These people say we're going to raise your taxes.
I want to make it clear. I'm going to raise some taxes.
And that's what they're running on. And I tell Republicans, take that night, because that was a great night. You got record ratings. You saw that. The highest rated speech like ever of its kind. Take that night and run your midterms on it and show us I'm talking about some young child with cancer, with some young, beautiful girl like Laken Riley, who was killed, and they don't get up. And they don't salute the mother who's there devastated.
Oh no, don't. Oh shit. No, don't show that.
Nungary.
Oh,
they don't get up. And they don't salute the mother whose child was devastated. I mean, brutally killed. The young boy with cancer that wants to be a cop. And they don't get up and salute that child. They not only don't get up, they're angry. And the only thing that happened that was interesting really about it was that when I mentioned Ukraine and people being killed, they started clapping. And that clap was led by Pocahontas.
The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense.
The laugh was because of
with
Pocahontas.
No security, with no anything.
And Trump is always just looking on the in the Republican, the conservative side.
Do you want to keep it going
You
for
see,
another 5
you see,
years?
he's just like, God damn it, what are you guys doing over
you
there?
would say Pocahontas says yes.
Fucking JD Vance with his goddamn happy face. Honestly, this is a good base too. Pocahontas. Pocahontas, so happy.
How's it going? Johnny from Fox. What could Donald Trump do that'll make you clap?
Thank you very much.
What could Donald Trump do that'll make you clap?
I did clap when he said that the United States had supported Ukraine and given them lots of
Well, why not for Laken Riley's mom?
No, no, don't do that.
Once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy, or to make them stand, or smile, or applaud. Nothing I can do.
just fucking laughing and shit.
Anybody who bets against Donald Trump, it's like the same people who thought Donald Trump wasn't a winner a year ago. Donald Trump is a winner. He's going to win for the American people. That's just the way it's going to be. There's going to be no recession in America. What there's going to be is global tariffs are going to come down because President Trump has said, you want to charge us 100%? We're going to charge you 100%. And you know what they say? They say, no, don't charge us 100%. We'll bring ours down. We'll unleash America out to the world, grow our economy in a way we've never grown before. You are going to see over the next 2 years the greatest set of growth.
Yes, definitely.
Coming from America as Americans. You saw it, 1.3 trillion of new investment coming in America. Think of all those jobs. And remember, each trillion of investment in America is 1% of growth GDP. So Donald Trump is bringing growth to America. I would never bet on recession. No chance.
No chance, eh? Sorry, just kind of like rapid firing through these because missed a lot of stuff for the past 2 days, right?
But when it comes to reviving the policy of separating families from their children at the border,
actually reviving it is
That's what I want to
that
ask you.
President Biden didn't follow the law. He didn't follow the law in the fact that it's always been equally applied until his administration. And then he made decisions to ignore federal law.
Got her.
In how he handled immigration and
She's
enforcement
just
within our
flipping
borders.
those
And so
pages.
today we're
Constantly.
expanding our team at ICE, and we're going to have an acting director in Todd Lyons, who has a long history with Tom Homan. They have worked together to build on these enforcement operations. We're also naming a deputy secretary in Madison Sheehan that was going to be another expansion of this team. They've done incredible work cleaning up our communities and making them safer. Adding more people to the team with Todd and with Madison is going to allow us to partner with local law enforcement officials to make sure that we truly are following through on enforcing the law. And if you break our law, then there's going to be consequences.
Yes!
This is something he said before. Also this week, Trump stopped sharing U.S. intelligence with Ukraine and blocked military assistance to the country.
That he did.
Here is the president yesterday defending Vladimir Putin.
Oh, great. Not this
President
game.
Putin is bombing Ukraine.
Yeah.
Do you still believe him when he tells you that he wants peace?
Yeah, no, I believe him. I believe him. I think we're doing very well with Russia.
Why do you think the war... Why do you think the conflict... No, just because there was no deal to happening, you think it's all gonna just stop? Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? And also, Zelensky fucking skipped out on the deal. He didn't even make it.
But right now they're bombing the hell out of Ukraine, and Ukraine. I'm finding it more difficult, frankly, to deal with Ukraine, and they don't have the cards.
Joining us now is former CIA Director John Brennan. He's an MSNBC national security and intelligence analyst.
The fact is, they do have the cards, and
Oh, do
that's
they?
Probably the thing.
What cards
that
do
is-
they have?
Director Brennan, that is the most offensive because how do you know they have the cards? Because it's 3 years and Russia still doesn't own them. The fact.
Doesn't mean shit. I mean, yeah, sure, there might be some things he doesn't want to fucking do. Because obviously it's been going on for 3 years, because if he pushes in any more, right, everyone's gonna be like, dude, you're crushing the small guys, come on, man. And then everyone's gonna get pissed off on him. And then you might get World War III because he pushed in so far, right? That's the only reason why he's probably only doing like skirmishes around the outskirts and stuff. Is because he knows that if he pushes in fully, he's gonna get a lot of people looking at him.
Fact is, they do have the cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I don't. Yeah. Also, what kind of cards does he have? How many nukes does Russia?
Holy moly!
Yeah, the U.S. has I think a little less than that, just a tiny bit. None.
Bruh. Think about that.
Bet 200,000.
Like I said, he doesn't even really have to nuke the place. He could just carpet bomb the whole fucking place if he wanted to. Because he has more advanced weaponry in terms of missiles than, right? Oh, also China too. Probably North Korea as well, since they've been in that area. But anyways, they have supersonic missiles. Versus us, we don't have those yet.
Monsieur, you have been called. Shoot on, please. A full house to Monsieur Le Chiffre. Deuce is full of nines. Fold.
Why are you doing this? Why? Isn't the universe big enough for both of us? What is wrong with you people? Why destroy when you can create? Why can't we all just get along?
No, we must destroy everything. Doge VA cancels 56,000 contract to water 8 potted plant. What? I'm sorry, huh? Observing video shows women being kidnapped in California as drivers ignore screams for help. No way. No. Oh. No, Jesus. Is this the woman right there? Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, puts up his hood. Oh, he's going in. Reportedly stolen car. I'm surprised no one saw that shit. Was like, people thought it was like probably a lover's quarrel or some fucking shit. Probably that's why they didn't fucking do anything. March 7th, yeah, 4 days ago. President Trump, Dems must be willing to fight and die. House of Vance censure Democrat Rep. Al Green over unruly behavior at Trump's speech. He was so stupid for doing that. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene and that one other bitch too. I mean, look, like if you're gonna be doing that, get the fuck out. There's no need for you to be shouting during a fucking speech. If anything, it's just gonna waste time because they're just gonna pause it and fucking eject you probably. Trump blasts Rep. Al Green as an embarrassment to Democrats, says he should be forced to take an IQ test. Election denier. Rep. Maxine Waters suggests Elon Musk's high technology ads may have tampered with election results. Oh? What do you mean? Democrat mayor refused to answer if they would turn over illegal aliens to ICE. They say... Right? They say all this shit, but they don't really give any evidence on... They don't give any evidence on why they're saying such a thing.
Chicago law. Mayor Johnson, under Chicago law, would you turn this criminal over to ICE on a detainer?
Our local law enforcement works hard every day to get criminals off the streets of Chicago.
Will you turn that criminal over to ICE?
And we do not harbor criminals. Our local police department works hard every single day to ensure that the city of Chicago is
Yes or no, will you turn the criminal over to ICE?
With a criminal warrant from the federal government, our local law enforcement repeatedly collaborates with federal agents.
Do you support allowing illegal aliens to obtain driver's licenses?
So the city of Chicago has been a welcoming city for over 40 years.
I'll take that as a yes. Do you support tax dollars subsidizing or paying for the health care of illegal aliens?
I support investments in all residents of the people of Chicago, and that's what I do.
That's a yes. Do you support allowing non-citizens to vote in local elections?
I'm committed to investing in all residents of the people of Chicago.
I'll take that as a yes. Do you support taxpayer-funded abortions for illegal aliens?
I support the reproductive rights of all people, all women.
That is a yes.
Chicago mayor's office facing back after allegedly attempting to censor city council meeting video.
14% rating is what you appear to have, Brandon Johnson.
He's a loser, and you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I got to address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you, because you're going to protect the undocumented. Why you going to allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer? Loser!
Loser! Those damn Mexicans, am I right, Dream? Bro, what are you... What are you talking about? You can't change an immutable characteristic, brother. Did you go through plastic surgery? Did you have enough money to go through that, Mr. Little Shite? Why are you lying? Why the fuck you lying, huh, bitch? Huh, bitch? Why you lying? You want to get shanked? Is that it?
Law enforcement works
We hate rats, you know that.
hard every day to get criminals off the streets of Chicago.
Why the fuck you lying, huh, rat? Huh, rat, little shit? What you mean, Romy? You know exactly what I mean, you fucking rat.
I understand that, but who
I'm on your side? Well, I mean, if you're on our side, then why the fuck are you saying, us Asians, they're the other man?
Elon Musk is your partner.
Fucking
He's your
lying
partner in
fuck.
technology. He's your partner in thought. He's your partner in
Two-face
doing
fuck
it. What
face.
President Trump made clear is that
Gonna get
Elon
your
is
fucking
your
skull
partner.
caved in.
And that is what we'd like. You have the greatest businessman and greatest technologist in the world as my partner. You got to ask me, what do I think? Thank God I would have Elon Musk come and help me. There's no one watching this TV right now who, if Elon Musk said he was going to come over their house and help them, wouldn't like cheer. You have the best technologist and the richest guy in the world said, I'll help you. Come on. We want his help.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, why don't you want the richest man in the world to help you? He's doing it for free almost. Like what? let's see. What do we got here? English voice actors are in serious trouble. What happened?
Twitter from Amanagawa True. Appreciate the tag. This base tweet saying, "Hey Hero, hey, can you cover this situation on your channel? SAG-AFTRA is planning another."
Paimon voice actor explains how to fix Genshin missing. Oh no. Sorry, I don't like the Paimon voice.
Annoying situation. And I'm so grateful.
Sorry, I just don't like Paimon as a character. She's an annoying little fuck face. That fucking fairy needs to get slapped.
People who watch my videos are based like this, who see through the nonsense that SAG-AFTRA continues to peddle. So let's get the context, starting with this brief YouTube short from Darkos88.
Paimon VA explained how to fix the missing English voices. Turns out, Hoyo just needs to sign the interim agreement. Right now, VAs legally can't work because of the strike. It's not that they don't
Oh, the SAG-AFTRA. Wait, so the strike is still going on? Oh shit.
The VAs can return, no matter which studio records them. We can actually help by forcing them to listen. Genshin has a survey on voiceover issues. Go there, say you're very unsatisfied, and tell them to sign the agreement. If a lot of players do it, they maybe will listen.
So yeah, for those that don't know, Hoyoverse and MiHoYo are the devs behind Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zero, etc., etc. And of course, the SAG-AFTRA Western voice actor strike is affecting a number of games and companies. The focus of that short and this video is talking about how it's affecting Hoyoverse though, and a number of Hoyoverse characters in their various games.
Wait, didn't GCD happen just recently or whatever?
Part of SAG-AFTRA and therefore also a part of the strike. And the way
the game conference fucking place.
Voice actors here in the West have been approaching this whole thing has been very deceitful. For example, they will go to the public trying to say like, oh, it's just innocent voice actors trying to get protections against the use of AI, but they conveniently leave out how the negotiations are really not just about AI protection, but that they're also trying to get more money.
Yeah, they're obviously trying to get more money.
Impact non-union voice actors, causing them to lose their jobs. Then there's all this moral grandstanding that a number of union VAs have had, where they're acting like they're entitled to the public fighting on their behalf, while again screwing over non-union VAs and potentially even taking their jobs from them. It's a really bad look, and I'll break that down further all right now. So at the start of this video, I mentioned how glad I am that my viewers are in the loop with this stuff and know better than to just believe whatever Western VAs say and whatever SAG-AFTRA says. And the great news is that the comments of that YouTube short also include a bunch of people calling that stuff out too. This is quite a big difference from what we saw a few years ago, when so many
What is that? Instagram? What is this?
English voice actors told them, no matter what narrative they were trying to spin. Now we see so many people not falling for that kind of manipulation, and it's a very wholesome development. So,
yeah, yeah, fucking Jade.
Top comments, we've got ones that read.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Himiko VA shared the info that signing the agreement would mean that non-union actors would lose their job. Basically, they are caught between a crossfire because union actors can't work with non-approved projects.
I go around sometimes and hang out with other people that are my age, and they're
either
just
lose their job or be forced to join the union. They are not part of it for their own reasons. One of the responses that comment gets is this one that says,
so stupid.
"You're technically right. Hoyo can't sign it because they risk losing some non-union VAs. But it's actually because the non-union VAs have a chance to sign on to the project then. But if it's their third time doing so, they are forced to join the union. It sucks. And SAG only cares about it for the
Can we talk about the political, economic state of the world right now, Dream? Why? You already know you're fucked. Why does it matter?
Why that could be a problem. Hypothetically, if Hoyo signs this union agreement and those roles all become union roles, non-union voice actors would only be able to work those roles up to a third time, in which if they do activate that third hit, so to speak, they could be mandated to join the union or no longer be able to get those roles at all.
Wait, what exactly do you want to talk about? You're fucked. Everyone's fucked.
Have even argued that it's
the only people who are winning are basically millionaires and billionaires.
That the union has over non-union voice actors. Some of them feel that non-union VAs are only hurting the
so what do you
union
want?
and its members. And so if the non-union voice actors lose their jobs or are forced to join SAG-AFTRA, the diehard SAG-AFTRA members will view that as a win-win. Now, of course, while some SAG-AFTRA members are like that, not all of them are so extreme and sadistic towards non-union VAs. However, actions do speak louder than words when the terms of their own union are harmful to non-union voice actors. Another top comment reads, "In all fairness, I disagree. If Hoyoverse signs, they risk losing some non-union talent. SAG-AFTRA is being impossible here, and they want complete control over the industry. It's that simple. So my statement to y'all is this. Don't spam Hoyo to sign the agreement. Spam SAG-AFTRA to release the strike. Tell them it's time to end this. Once again, this is a very positive change where so many people are no longer falling for the manipulations of the union. Very wholesome change.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it,
Right
but
here,
yeah,
I'll
some
show
of these
you a
unions, you do
hilariously
have to
pathetic
be
example
careful.
of
I think
how union voice
SAG-AFTRA
actors
too might be
attempted
one
to
of those
weaponize
unions.
fans to empower the
I mean, just look at some of the
the
the Anti-Defamation League and some of those fuckheads.
And
Some
so
of those
this
guys are
section here
shady.
talks about a panel of voice actors that
They go
gathered
where
to
the
talk
money
about the
is,
strike.
right?
In particular, this paragraph reads, "Secondly, the panelists said, cosplayers at San Diego Comic-Con and other events can weave SAG support into their
Right, even
costumes."
the,
Check out this next
what,
part.
the-
Crabtree Ireland clarified that
What
while
was it,
SAG
the
members and influencers are barred
NAACP
from
or
cosplaying under
whatever,
the terms of the
right?
strike,
Even they're
it's
kind of
okay
like
for hobbyists to cosplay.
sometimes.
My suggestion to cosplayers would be that if you are supportive of the strike, figure out a way to combine your support for the strike with your favorite characters.
All
Then
these
you're
civil
actually
rights
helping us send the message
groups,
we're trying to
right?
send, which is that the community
The
at large is united in
NGOs,
supporting
they,
us in the
some of them
demands
are
that we're
shady.
making, which are reasonable demands.
You gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
okay, bro. And so next
Especially
they talk about
when
the
they
voice
have
actress
unions
Ashley Birch,
in them.
the voice actress for Aloy from the Horizon series, and Chloe from Life is Strange. And they say, the panelists even suggested that cosplayers dress up as SAG President Fran Drescher, who made waves with her impassioned speech announcing the strike. Quote, "I have a pitch and you can take it or leave it," Birch said. "I would love to see some Fran Drescher cosplay. Do your magic. I'd love to see it." Yeah, so Birch is trying to get people to cosplay the SAG president. What the frick? So it's really weird how they're trying to police cosplay like this, trying to say certain people are not allowed to cosplay characters because that could hurt the strike, and like recommending people to weave SAG support into their costumes, like some kind of SAG badge or something. Even trying to get people to give up other cosplay ideas and instead cosplay the SAG
You should
president.
make an
Yeah, it's just
emote
bizarre
of that?
stuff.
No.
Hopping over to the subreddit for Honkai Star Rail, and we can see that even over there from 2 months ago, on a post about SAG-AFTRA and the strike and all that, that top comments were calling the stuff out too. For example, listeners don't really like how if the union actors return, they have to remove non-union voice actors, and there's the chance for them to be blacklisted. Huh, lose-lose for Hoyo. Response they got reads, "It's also a bit unfair because I was watching a stream of Emily Sun, Claire's English voice actor, and she said that she was supporting the terms of the strike despite not being in SAG-AFTRA herself. Her rationale for this was that she was still too early in her VA career to join them, but wanted to show willingness to follow their terms. I
I
imagine
can't
for
do
future
that. That's
reference
someone's
if the
art.
time ever came for her to join.
I
So
mean, I
there
guess
are
I could put it on
non-union
like
VAs who are not
what,
established
Better
enough to
Twitch
join the union
TV
despite wanting to,
or
who
whatever,
would theoretically
upload
be
an
kicked
image
out
or
and replaced
whatever.
by that very union should the developers
But that's
elect to make
lame.
them a union game. I can't be the only person who sees the issue with that. That's to say nothing of the fact that these union members are knowingly going against the golden rule of their own organization by signing on to these non-union games, but then striking in its name to leverage the strain of unvoiced characters and lower customer satisfaction to achieve that very outcome. Unless I am misinterpreting the options Hoyo actually has here, it feels like unions and their VAs are in direct conflict of interest with non-union VAs. The only way to bring them back is to then replace the non-union VAs with SAG-AFTRA voices, which comes off as quite sinister. No wonder they turn a blind eye to these things. As for Hoyoverse themselves, I wouldn't say this is really a lose-lose position for them. If anything, it might be SAG getting into more of a losing position, as all of this might actually be a wake-up call for Hoyoverse and therefore indirectly other gaming companies to see that they might not need these union voice actors as much as they thought they did. After all, Hoyoverse is still making a lot of money despite some of their characters not having English voices like they used to have. One example of a game that no longer has an English dub at all is Snowbreak Containment Zone. Niche Gamer had wrote about this, saying, "Snowbreak is a gacha game that previously cut its English dub late last year after evaluating voiceover preferences, quote-unquote. This means most people were probably listening in Japanese anyways. However, as the game has slowly gained more popularity, they have seemingly reached out to the English VAs to bring them back. However, it turns out that the English voice actors said they don't want to go back to voicing in the game because the game is too focused on fan service. The fan response to this news has ranged from apathetic to celebratory, with some considering the VAs effectively filtered or gatekept from the hobby. The implication is that if they dislike the fan service, they probably dislike the game and may not be professional when performing. On a Snowbreak Reddit post about this stuff, there were top comments like this: "Whether they do or don't bring the voice actors back, I honestly don't mind. I'd rather have their finances spent on characters and gameplay." Similarly, the next top comment reads, "Very unlikely now since they're redoing story chapters with CN and JP VAs." Another top comment saying, "I'd like to have them back as well. Being able to listen to the story in English helps. But, well, the English voiceover industry and the Western entertainment industry in general are so politically correct that they opposed the idea of voicing Snowbreak that now has attractive and revealing designs for female characters. Not to mention the female cast showing clear romantic interest in the main character, which is a man, and we all know they hate that. While EN voice would help, I don't want the money to be spent on people who would trash on the game and spite its direction. I don't want to listen to a voice in game, bond with the character, only to find out later that the VA is a bit unhinged and insists on her character being a sexual non-binary with they them pronouns or some other headcanon BS, thinking that she owns the character and uses her position to push ideas and lament on Twitter about how ticked she is that men played and take a liking to the character she voiced. By the way, at least the part about the non-binary thing there isn't even just hypothetical, as that did happen with Paimon in Genshin Impact and Paimon's voice actor, as Paimon's voice actor does claim to be non-binary, at least the last time I looked, and then was trying to say that Paimon canonically was as well, despite that not being true, and getting very upset at people on social media who claim that it's not true. Anyways, that post ends by saying, if there was a way to source English voice actors that don't trash on fans and what we love, or try to influence the game away from Snowbreak's fanservice ideals, it'd be great. But for now, as CSUN have found out, there doesn't seem to be a way. CSUN being the devs and publishers for Snowbreak. So with that example, and all the stuff going on with Hoyoverse, we may actually see more games from overseas, deciding that it's not even worth it for them to bring on English voice actors, thinking that it's all too much of a bother. Or at the very least, perhaps only going with voice actors who are not a part of a union. So we'll have to wait and see how that all continues to play out. As always, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, when people start to unionize, sometimes they start asking for unreasonable demands and shit, right? It's like, what the fuck, man? Why are you doing this? So basically, SAG-AFTRA is using AI fear to try and get a monopoly over whole dubbing industry. I guess so. Right? And if that's the case, right? They're trying to I guess get more money out of it and get more, I guess, rights. I don't know what kind of rights they want. I don't know exactly what their demands are, so it's kind of like Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. I was like, holy shit, I forgot this is still going on. Yeah. Frankly, I don't know, claiming different things, trying to make them look good and bad, and now here I am hearing that they want to screw over non-union VAs. Sucks that we're reached the point where you literally can't believe anything you hear on the news, online, or real life. You just have to shrug and decide on your own what to believe, you know. The Snowbreak ENVA thing is a perfect example, exactly that. The valid claims the ENVA's not coming back because of fan service, hard to believe. Given some of those same ENVA have done work on other media with fan service. Yeah, that's another thing. I was kind of wondering about that too. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, why would people be fear-mongering about that shit when it's like some of these VAs have done this shit, so it's like it doesn't make any sense. There's some weird shit. Right, some of these guys are fucking weird. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I feel you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Aren't you a script writer, you fucking idiot? And this has something to do with you, you fucking retard. The whole company kind of off sleazy interest than me. I finally quit Snowbreak over it, despite liking everything else. Wait, what's going on? VA going out of a job? Fuck you. It's the SAG-AFTRA. The actor strike shit is still going on. About the whole AI boom. And the unions freaking out about their job. So they went on a strike. Yeah, AI is taking over. I'm already accepting that no matter what we try. Jesus. Yeah, I feel like people who like are in fear of the whole AI thing just don't understand what the fuck they're doing. Like, why are you even human if you're just gonna get mad at an inanimate object? What the fuck? What is wrong with you? The thing isn't even fucking real. The thing is a machine. What is wrong with you? Jesus. Fucking people, man.
Into securing their system.
Oh my god, the machine is gonna take over my job!
External threats.
Skynet!
Can be much more devastating. A former Eaton Corp employee has been found guilty of sabotaging the company's Java-based systems after some corporate restructuring resulted in him getting demoted. According to court documents, the defendant, Davis Liu, had worked for the company for almost 12 years, which is like an eternity in the software development sector. And after 10 years, he had been promoted to senior developer for one of the company's newer systems. He worked in that role for just over 2 years, and then that's when the corporate restructure happened, and he found himself still working on the same piece of software, but not as a senior developer anymore. And almost
he got downgraded?
This guy started planning his crash out. It took him 3 days to push out malicious code to the production server that would create an infinite loop that continuously spawned new threads without terminating them, which would eventually exhaust the system's resources, causing it to crash, and ultimately causing a denial of service because this crash prevented other employees from accessing those servers to do their job.
Inside job,
so this guy
DDoS
went straight
attack.
To just burning it all down, and it didn't seem like he cared if he got caught. Shit started breaking less than a week after his demotion, so this guy was probably the prime suspect from the very beginning. And when the company investigated the buggy update to their software, they saw that it was pushed.
Yeah, so that's what'll happen. If you leave it on loop the whole fucking time, obviously it's gonna start burning up your fucking PC and then catch on fire, right? Because it's constantly doing that fucking computation.
Lose user ID and from his computer, and he was the only one that even had access to the Kentucky development server that the malware was pushed to. He manually deleted some coworkers' profiles, and he set up...
Right, it was the same way with Right, the reason why my fucking... the reason why my power supply fucking gave out was because I think I was playing... it was because I was playing Stalker 2 for some reason. Remember that when I was playing, I was all like, oh shit, something's burning. Yeah, that was probably my power supply. Slowly dying because of that game. I don't know why. For whatever reason, the game just like spun up the power supply or something. It was spinning up something and it just fucking...
Deadman switch
toasted it
in the company's Active Directory that would lock out every employee from that system if his credentials were ever deleted, which is pretty much standard procedure. Whenever an employer terminates an employee, they lock them out of Active Directory so that they can't access any systems and delete data or cause any other damage while they wait for their exit interview. That malicious program had the not-so-subtle name IsDL enabled in AD, which is an abbreviation for Is Davis Liu enabled in Active Directory. That kill switch alone is said to have affected thousands of users globally, and the company claims that the lockout caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Then at some point, this developer fully accepted his role as the main villain in this anime.
Holy shit.
Deployed 2 more
destroyed a whole fucking like almost the whole company.
Which is Japanese for destruction, and
yeah.
one named Hun Shui, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, but it's supposed to be the Chinese word for sleep. The case documents don't go into any detail about what those two malicious programs did.
Holy
but
shit.
It's possible that Hakai could have been a variant of the Mirai botnet that was used to exploit a vulnerability in ThinkPHP a year prior to this sabotage incident. And the employee turned hacker also had an extensive search history where he was looking up privilege escalation tactics, how to delete large files.
Oh shit. What if he was running a botnet and fucking with people too during this whole time?
And folders effectively.
Well, then again, it was only during the restructuring that it happened.
Guess that he didn't get really great answers to everything because he didn't cover up his tracks that well. Like, if we compare this to the sabotage of the XZ project, for example, the people behind that took at least 3 years to infiltrate the project and become trusted developers, and they hid the malicious payload in test files that had multiple layers of obfuscation and would really only be loaded if specific patches were applied to the SSH server and they happened to be using the development version of XZ at the time. Now, granted, the XZ backdoor was almost definitely carried out by a state-backed threat actor, and this is just one disgruntled employee, so obviously it's not an equal comparison, but still, there's a lot more that he could have done here to attempt to get away with it. Like, maybe don't put your initials in the script that deletes everyone's Active Directory
Yeah, don't do that. That's dumb.
And maybe wait a little longer than 4 days after your demotion to blow up the system that you were in charge of.
Yeah, never try to put initials or anything. It's like, what? Why would you do that?
Those search queries, like, I don't know, maybe look them up on something other than your work laptop.
Oh
Maybe
my
he
god.
thought that he could just destroy the evidence.
He was doing it on his work laptop too? Jesus fuck. What is it? It's like the dumbest way to go.
Which it sounds like he tried to do, but wasn't completely
Hey Bromy,
successful.
turn up the
Even
volume,
if he
can't
did
hear
manage
shit?
to
That's too
fully
bad.
wipe
Sucks
his
for you,
local
penis.
storage, you've got to assume that everything you do on a corporate-owned device is logged somewhere remotely so that you can't cover up what you've done. And that's especially true now that employees have been cracking down so hard on remote employees, using auto clickers and things like that to just jiggle the mouse around and make it look like they're actually doing 8+ hours of work every day. Some companies will actually spy on you through your webcam and microphone during your entire work shift. So it would have been so much smarter for this guy to have gone about this a different way, maybe set up something that would have taken a much longer time to trigger, or push out an update that would cause a really slow memory leak instead of one that would just crash the system after a single day. Or better yet, just go on with developing this system, but make your code more and more obscure as you go along. Like, a lot of companies will actually force developers to do this unintentionally by measuring the developer's performance based on how much code they write. So instead of creating something that's short and easy to understand and probably even more performant, they'll purposefully write more verbose code to meet these arbitrary performance metrics that are created.
What is that?
I feel like a senior job
What the
developer
fuck?
who's been working at the same company for more than
Package flip coins, public class, monetary extends coin. Who the fuck writes like this? Look into the eye of wisdom. Like, you shall get your code back correctly compiled. I don't know how it works, but it does. What the fuck? Who writes like this? So we have an integer called appropriately named. Okay, sure. And then it goes into it's there's like a nested public monetary coin into mount. And the appropriately named equals amount. Okay. So you're okay. And then your public void set value and the int value. And this is the appropriately named of the value. This is too
10 years would be able to utilize some weird quirks of the language and his knowledge about the company's processes to come up with a much better revenge
What
plan
the fuck is?
that wouldn't
Who
have been
does this?
detected
Oh
until
my
he
god.
could get far away enough from the situation and not be.
Now I understand why Pirate Software does his fucking spaghetti code.
A suspect. He was
I'm
also
sorry,
interrogated
that was kind
by
of a
federal
jab at him.
investigators where he admitted that he was behind the computer sabotage at his former employer. So there you go. I mean, pretty much case closed. But he still decided to fight the case instead of just taking a plea deal. So we're going to see what the penalties are going to be during sentencing. He was found guilty by a jury trial, so he could end up facing up to 10 years behind bars for this hacking attack. And I doubt that he thinks it was worth it right now. Even if
I
we go
bet.
with the $100,000 in damages that the company is claiming, which defense attorneys argue is less than $5,000, so who knows, but 10 years or even 1 year of your life isn't worth that. You'd also think that...
Well, I mean, it's probably because of the It's probably because of the information he had and all the study and work and knowledge that he acquired in the business, and then he can just effectively crash their, he can effectively ruin their business because he knows a lot of trade secrets, right?
At age 55, this guy would have been pretty close to retirement. And if he's not able to do a job training program in prison where he keeps coding, then he might just find himself in a really bizarre development world 10 years in the future, because that's, again, like an eternity in software development. The paradigm is going to be completely AI-based at that point, or maybe something even...
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, the quickness at how things are going, yeah, it's rough.
even worse. So yeah, if you're thinking about hacking the company that you work at because you got a demotion, don't do it, especially if you have to Google a hacking tutorial first. Your time is going to be much...
Yeah, even with my project that I'm doing, it's still a little confusing. I'm doing a AI training project on cancer genes of over 20,000 fucking genes. Fuck. And I gotta fucking deal with two files. 2 different files of labels and fucking
much better
shit,
spent looking
and
for a
then I
new
have to
job or
compile
doing
data for it.
just about anything else. If you enjoyed this video,
Or
please
train
like and share it to hack
models,
the algorithm,
clean,
and check out my online store.
clean the data, train the models, and then make sure that it has the different states and stuff so that you can see what's going on. I gotta make graphs on everything.
Or based.when, where you can buy my
Trying to get
awesome
the
merch
best
and accessories for
accuracy
your
out
phone or
of
laptop. 10% store-wide
which,
discount when you pay with Monero
basically
XMR at
cancer
checkout.
it is.
Have a great rest of your day.
Project, yes, or class, because you're an uneducated swine. You fucking pig. You're just like Hassan. Sorry, that was kind of a low blow. You're not a terrorist sympathizer, I'm sorry. Project? Yes, I am. I'm Asian. You're a fucking lying bat shit. Okay? Yeah, I don't know why you keep lying. It doesn't help your cause. It just makes me hate you even more. You know that, right? AMD failed us. Uh-oh.
Of NVIDIA misinformation is out there. A German retailer allegedly is going to insolvency, and AMD's MSRP is is over.
Goddamn.
Long live the one day. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Friday, March 7th, 2025. I'm a little discombobulated. I've been up since 1 a.m., had to make a trip to the hospital. We got back way earlier than I was expecting, so I am here filming an episode of Hot News. To all the people who are about to comment, Brett, you didn't have to do it. I know. I chose to do it, so thank you for being here. Just a reminder, we will, in about a month, have a PC giveaway over on Twitch, twitch.tv/UFDTech. We have an RTX 5080 9800 X3D PC that we're giving away, as well as the Falcon Northwest Assassin's Creed Shadow PC giveaway, which you can check out, linked in the video.
I mean, I kind of want the components in the PC, but I don't want the
case. You gotta do some fact checking
when
it
it
comes
like
to reports
block
that are
out
being
the
surrounded with
fucking
NVIDIA right now, because there's a lot of doom and gloom. Some, brought on by the fact that they are not forthright in their communication, and problems are being discovered on their own. And when you don't communicate,
isn't
to your
Intel the
customers,
same
people are
way,
gonna
or
happen to believe
NVIDIA
worst
the same
about you,
way?
especially when bad things come out that you were hiding. But there are a couple of stories that we're going to discuss. Number one,
I feel like all these companies do it. Let's be real. Every time they make a new fucking every GPU or device, right? There's always some issues that they didn't think that would happen.
Reports were coming out that NVIDIA's laptops were
I mean, just look at the 4090, where some of like the rare amount of cases of people getting their fucking GPU fried.
Units and thereby giving it slower performance. There were reports that NVIDIA's laptops were being delayed due to potential issues, and now, according to one source, it actually was because of those ROP issues that we were seeing on the desktop graphics cards. However, NVIDIA has come out with a statement essentially saying that this is not something that's happening. It's not happening to laptops. Companies can check the ROPs as they're shipping out their laptops, but there's no further issues on this. There's no GPUs with fewer ROPs hitting the channel, at least according to NVIDIA, which, they did own up to the ROPs issue immediately. They still really haven't addressed the RTX 5090 melting power connector issue at all, as far as I'm aware, but they are facing the ROP issue head on. And so if they're saying this, hopefully it ends up being true once these laptops end up hitting the market. But in case you have a laptop that needs to hit the market, or you want to pick one up off the market, you should check out today's video sponsor, because I know for a fact you've heard me talk about Jawa before, but just in case you still don't know, Jawa is the absolute #1 place to buy and sell PC components on the interwebs. Everything from individual components to ready-to-game pre-builds are waiting for you. Jawa prides themselves on being able to offer gamers exactly what they need, with security and privacy at the center of every transaction. Whether you're the buyer or the seller, all information is safe and secure, making for a convenient experience. Also, all listings you see on Jawa are reviewed by a real live person, so you know you're getting exactly what you see. As an even further level of insurance, certain sellers can be officially verified by Jawa, so when you purchase from them, you have an even greater level of trust. For instance, like when I was trying to get rid of that
Need a
nasty old
pre-built
4070 Ti
computer
upgrade from last month, Jawa made it super easy. I just slapped in my GPU specs and I had Jawa throwing money my way. It seriously takes just a few minutes, and I was well on my way to a better card or even a fully built PC. With prices so high and stock nowhere to be found, Jawa is really coming in strong with pre-builts and used cards. Jawa's trade-in service also works the same for CPUs, where you can either sell your components to Jawa to get some cold hard cash, or trade it in towards another component you find on Jawa. And as always, if you need PC help, suggestions on value, or need to understand what your best upgrade is, Jawa's Discord is full of fellow PC enthusiasts ready to offer a helping hand. So you can check out what an upgrade through Jawa can look like for you by exploring their trade-in program today. Use the link in the description to get started on your upgrade right now. Also, don't forget to use code UFD10 for 10%
I do kind of need
off,
money.
up to $10. Thanks to Jawa for sponsoring today's
I don't know if I
video.
should sell
So,
it though.
we talked about the ROP issue on the laptops as being
Because I was
alleged
gonna use it as a
misinformation.
second
Now
PC
we
for
have
streaming.
another one to address, which is
Oh,
that
yeah,
there
it
was
is my
a
second
fire
PC for
recall,
streaming.
being a fire hazard recall being issued on RTX 5090s
doing the TPC
in
setup
certain
until my fucking
locations
capture card
because
fucking
of the melting power connectors. Now, this is not to say that
discontinued.
there aren't melting power connectors happening on the
I gotta get a
5090s,
new
but
capture
a
card now.
retailer did confirm to their customer that NVIDIA has recalled a large number of video cards due to various safety issues. We currently have 5 units of this model in stock, but they have all been returned due to an increased fire hazard. In this situation, we do not give priority to anyone. All customers are treated equally based on the rank and where pre-ordering or ordering the video cards. So this is a source that Kit Guru got about somebody who was trying to work out a GPU deal with a retailer. They said, hey, we're having problems with this because of a recall. Kit Guru actually ended up doing some deep diving with that retailer and found out that even though the email appears to be real, where they did did say that to the customer. They were not being forthright, like it's not true. I don't want to just come out and accuse them of lying, but it's a weird situation. So Kit Guru saying that the retailer has retracted that statement, with the Kit Guru editor-in-chief saying, we'll update our story now. However, I would consider telling a customer that 5 times MSR RTX 5090 cards returned due to a fire hazard recall is a little more serious than a simple email miscommunication, which is what the retailer ended up basing it on. So NVIDIA still has problems with their RTX 50 series, but there's a negativity bias that's surrounding NVIDIA right now. So I want us to just always kind of take it with a understanding that not everything you read on the internet is true. I heard Abraham Lincoln said that. So, you know, we should definitely believe in that. And Intel believes in their partnership with TSMC, with them coming out and saying that even though their 18 angstrom fabrication facility should be up and running sometime soon and good, they're still going to work with TSMC for a considerable number of their products. Saying that a year ago, they were talking about getting TSMC down to 0% of their total products as quickly as possible, but that's no longer the strategy because they got rid of their former CEO. He retired, and his strategy is no longer Intel's strategy. So they're a great supplier. There's healthy competition because they're working together, and they currently have 30% of their products outsourced to TSMC. Maybe it might be 20, 15 in the future, but they're gonna work together. It's gonna be amicable. It's gonna be beautiful. 2 countries of different chip productions fusing together, just like we do here on Hot News. Me in the US, Reese in South Africa. Fusion of deals.
Yo, welcome back to UFT Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals on the internet. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. And
this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You should believe everything on the internet. Every quote from Abraham Lincoln saying stay strapped or get clapped with such an inspirational.
M.2 SSD going for $62.99.
Ah, yes.
Promo code making it $12 off. And then something you can actually put that in is the Asus ROG Ally with the model featuring the Ryzen Z1 Extreme and 512 gigs of storage. You can currently grab that for $449.99, making it $200 off. And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm gonna hand you off back to Brett for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
Well, Reese, I don't know what the deal is going on with Mindfactory over in Germany. They're one of the largest tech retailers over in that country. And according to reports that are coming out right now, they are going to be announcing insolvency in the upcoming days. This is coming after they delisted a whole bunch of items from their website, specifically RTX cards. There's a lot of AMD RX cards still available on their website, but Igor from Igor's Lab saying that he is well informed within the German circles and that they're going to announce insolvency, which is not quite the same thing as bankruptcy. So there could still be reorganization of Mindfactory, but Mindfactory, major company in Germany. We have several members of our community who are based in Germany who have purchased 9800X3Ds from them. So they're very important in the community. Additionally, they are also one of the only retailers that I'm aware publishes weekly reports of how many products of each they sold. So you could see the ratio of AMD to Intel CPUs, AMD to NVIDIA GPUs, and that it gave us a complete picture. So if there's trouble there, unfortunately, I'm not happy about that. That doesn't seem to be a good thing. I hope they can resolve it. And AMD has resolved to not announce things with their headquarters. They're announcing things over in China. We found out the price and the release date of the RX 9000 series from AMD China, and now we're finding out the release date of the Ryzen 9 X3D chips. We knew it was going to be in March, and now according to AMD China, it's going to be March 12th. So in less than a week, you should be able to pick up one of these high-end chips from AMD. And I hope you were able to pick up an RX 9000 series GPU yesterday, because if you were not able to, with the launch, you're gonna have a bad time moving forward. So Dr. Lisa Su posting this picture of her holding various different GPUs that were definitely in stock at various places. I was at the hospital, as I mentioned, and I was still able to pick up a 9070 and a 9070 XT 20 minutes after launch, which is way different than it was with NVIDIA. I forgot that it was rolling over to 9 o'clock, and I only looked at my phone at 9:20, went on to Newegg, picked up a couple cards, Bob's your uncle, and we're gonna have them for review moving forward. But even though I got them at a good price, turns out that's not going to be happening anymore, with many retailers coming out and confirming that AMD's MSRP is dead. It's over. It was yesterday only. It was a limited MSRP run for the first shipment of each model. So the MSRP cards of $549 and $599 are done. A lot of third-party cards were higher, but it apparently looks like they might even get higher than that. And their second shipment of Power Color already came in, and so the prices on things like the Reaper model were higher prices to begin with. And the MSRP amount was capped at $100, so prices are going to increase on all of the cards that were MSRP. The ones that you could get today, who knows how much that's going to affect anything that was slightly above MSRP, but it just looks like it was a celebration of one day. They did slightly better than Nvidia. They gave us one moment, one opportunity to go to the store and grab them, and now it's just everybody who wants them later. Too bad you weren't ordering as soon as they opened. I personally did not get a $600 MSRP version of the 9070 XT. I didn't want one. I wanted one of the different looking 9070 XT, so that's the one I picked up. I think it was about $100 more. That's what I decided to pick up ahead of time, so I wasn't bummed when I didn't get the MSRP version, but I did get an MSRP version of the 9070. So if you weren't there getting the GPUs, you're gonna pay a higher price moving forward. And I'm gonna move forward with a comment from yesterday's episode of Hot News. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of comments. I'm exhausted. I want to go home, so I'm going to do that. We got Movie saying, so right after watching your video, I managed to purchase an RX 97 XT.
People gunning for the
wow,
GPUs.
I'm not being scalped. Congratulations.
That's supply and demand, yo.
I'm glad you got it. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy my cards when they arrive, and I'm going to enjoy sleep. I'll see you back here on Tuesday for more Hot News, but we will have a couple videos going live this weekend for UFT Tech. We've got a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We've got new team members for both production and editing, so we're gonna hopefully have more videos kind of rolling out that aren't just Hot News. I'm excited. The future of UFT Tech is looking, I was gonna say bright, but it's gonna look dark because I'm closing my eyes. See you later. Andy's gonna incur.
Oh, there you have it. I thought it would be funny to play this.
Take a look.
Mary, I am out of control. Yeah, I use drugs. I can do what I want, bitch. Yeah, I have sex and I
Yeah, do what I want, bitch.
don't use protection. It's my hot body.
Yeah, I don't use protection. It's my hot body.
Do what I want.
I do what I want.
Do what I want.
I do what I want.
I kill people. Whatever. I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want. Whatever.
Oh, he's such a cutie. Well, let's bring him out. Whatever.
Mari, my mom can't control me. Ask her.
Whatever.
Mari, my mom can't control me. Ask her. Go on, ask her.
Come on,
What
ask
does your
her.
son like to do?
Fuck. God damn it. Fucking Cartman. Whatever. Alright, let's see what's on the shitters. Thank you, Mr. President. The Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans. Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation, and he is doing a fantastic job. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally, collusively boycott Tesla, one of the world's greatest automakers, and Elon's baby. In order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for, they tried to do it to me at the 2024 presidential ballot box. But how did that work out? In any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk, a truly great American. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again? Jesus. Well, there you go. Apparently, Donald Trump was like, "Ooh, this feels comfy." He's buying one. He's buying one. Another. Whoever what else, when millions of illegals were ushered in through the southern border, you said nothing. I think Elon did this to get people to buy his shit, and it's working. What do you mean? You can literally go see Trump's Truth Social tweets. This is a Truth Social tweet. You you can go look it up. Probably it's pretty true. Oh, it's right here too. Also, have you seen what's been happening to Elon Musk's some of his Tesla company, or his Tesla his Tesla dealerships? Some of them have been getting attacked by crazies, and they're like firebombing the place, fucking getting rocks and like smashing shit through. They've been even shooting guns at those places too, with people inside. Heard of it but never looked into it? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. People are fucking freaking the fuck out for some reason. How come? Because of his work in Doge. And people just hate do you remember back, 10 years ago? It was even 10 years ago they even still hated him. Ever since he made the car company. Or ever since he made his Tesla company, they've just been getting on his fucking case. Same with SpaceX. Ever since he started moving in, right, doing all that shit, they've been getting real frenzied. Because he's now the richest man on the fucking planet. Sort of. Up to like Soros and all those guys.
On X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign source.
Oh yeah, this too. Yeah, he got apparently Twitter. What was it? Twitter? I forgot. Anyways, he got DDoSed by, I guess, Ukrainian people for some reason.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
There was a cyber attack.
There you go.
X.
They tried a DDoS attack for some reason. And all that, the IP addresses seem to be coming from Ukraine. Ukraine has the attack. I mean, regardless. I mean, it could be Ukrainian, it could be someone in Russia, it doesn't matter. Also, if you're in the United VPN, is there any VPN in fucking Ukraine? We will see. I don't think they're gonna get much information.
So I was
because it was probably a quick attack.
Might be the tracking of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos, for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watched the Oscars.
You wanted a big bag of nachos cheese Doritos for the Oscars? What?
At what point do we also uplift and highlight the consumer's right to also expect, and you can debate with me if it should be a right. I think it should.
What is she?
To expect that the innovation would also be weighted in terms of
the consumer's right to be expected to
solving their everyday problems, which are beyond my craving for Doritos.
The fuck? I just liked him then, like when he came out as Cybertruck, it kind of looked like shit, but I didn't mind it. He seemed like cool. I didn't give a shit about what other people thought about plain design, but no, he just seems pretentious. Well, I mean, given what's been happening to him, yeah, he's gonna be pretentious. Everyone's targeting the fuck out of him. Obviously, he's gonna be a little fucking side-eyeing people, right? I mean, also, given just the nature of how much the information he knows on the government, right, is just, right, that puts him more at risk. Once you start working for the government, I hate to say it, but that puts you more at risk for a political attack.
But about
whether it's foreign
and I know the
or
work is happening around,
domestic.
the scientific discoveries, for example, to cure long-standing diseases. But I'm going to throw out another one. And you all, again, please get back to me any information you have. I would love it if there would be an investment of resources in solving the affordable housing issue in America. Like, help me with that. Help me with that.
When I saw him do the slow, I'm just like, yeah, this guy's slow. I mean, there's been a lot of politicians who fucking threw up the sign. I mean, obviously, I don't think Musk did it intentionally, but I mean,
give up whatever might be the
the way he moved,
of
that's on
Kamala
him,
Harris's
right?
particular
Fucking Hillary Clinton did it. I forgot who did it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He did it proudly. I mean, he did say my heart goes out to you and then did it. So, I mean, take that however you will. So, are you going to say that Trump threw up the sign? I should have it. Oh, I don't have it. I thought I saved it. I mean, I can look it up easily. But you can look up all the politicians that threw up the fucking sign. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's just the way I saw it. I mean, okay. Alright. I'm just saying. Yeah, but we're talking about Elon Musk. Okay. As I made clear, well, I mean, people were vilifying Elon Musk because of this shit. As I made clear, also, the dude has fucking, what, Asperger's? Or, the dude has autism. What do you want from him? You want him to be perfect all the fucking time? Like, what? No one's fucking perfect. You fucking lunatics. During my joint address to Congress, the United States strongly supports the people of Greenland's right to determine their own future. We will continue to keep you safe as we have since World War II. We are ready to invest billions of dollars to create new jobs and make you rich. And if you so choose, we will welcome you to be a part of the greatest nation anywhere in the world, the United States of America. Fucking Trump. He still wants to get Canada, Greenland, and fucking Panama Canal. It's pretty good. FBI Most Wanted. Can't believe we're losing this show. This season has been absolutely amazing, and the episode was no exception. What the fuck? I'm surprised that show is going on. It's unfortunate how they treat so many veterans. What? Oh, is it because they attack veterans on this? I don't know. I don't watch too much TV anymore. I don't know what the fuck is happening anymore. I don't watch TV at all anymore, really. All I do is do my fucking university work, watch YouTube videos of news and what's going on around the world and shit. And then, yeah, just looking at this bullshit. And then play video games. It would stop the confrontation. He thought, oh, fucking threw shit at, fucking hit him in the back of the head. Oh, threw a fucking, hit him in the nuts. Dope.
With a little bit.
That's so fucked up. Why would you do the friendly fire, man? The fucking friendly fire. That's so fucked up. Old gen versus new gen, which one is yours? Is it, huh? Oh, is that, Xenoblade or whatever? Those characters? Oh, it's Hassan the Fig. Enough of that. You're not a Warhammer. You're a fat loser pushing 50. What is he talking about? H's? Oh, this guy? Oh, I'm confused. What? Oh, no, he was probably referring to someone else. Oh, Jesus! That was fucked up. Oh, my God. Bro thought posting this would make the joke stop? What? What is he even? Oh, I guess he's in a relationship now? I don't fucking... I should really be careful, because I don't know. Oh, God. Rosie O'Donnell deported to Ireland to escape President... What?
Ireland. And it's beautiful and warm. Not physically, it's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful.
Wait, so you left Ireland. So you went to Ireland because you didn't like America because of Trump. So you left your own country because you disliked one person. And you... Okay.
In the process of getting my Irish citizenship, as I have Irish grandparents, and that's what's going on, and that's where I've been and what I've been doing. And although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old child. And
I'm surprised she even has a 12-year-old child.
Here we are. I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home.
And go back to Europe, Susan.
Here
what?
In this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there.
Wait, what? When all citizens have equal rights. Did I hear that correctly?
In America.
Go riddance, right, Bromy? What are you talking about? No one fucking cares about Rosie O'Donnell anymore. All she does is spout dumb shit nowadays. Fucking... Which list do you guys think she's on? Epstein, Diddy list, both. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, did you see this shit? Where this high schooler just claps this chick in the back of the head. Right here. Goes into the lane, clap! Look at bashed her head in with that thing. Moves into her lane, she's just like, what the fuck? Boom! Get the fuck out! Boom! Get the fuck out! Boom! Fuck you, bitch! No! That's terrible. Boom! I'm sorry. And then she cries about it.
I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
Free my girl, she's there's nothing, she's not on trial or anything. She's not going to jail. She's just in the court of a public opinion getting fucking steamrolled. I believe her, free my girl. That bitch had it coming. Jesus. Cocoon. And then Cocoon. Bonk. 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 God damn it, I'm so sorry. Bonk. 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 Whenever I get famous and you release these chat logs to cancel me, I'm gonna kiss the fuck out of you. I'm gonna kick you in the balls. And then I'm gonna curb stomp your skull into the fucking ground. Yep. That's gonna happen. We're gonna go American History X on your fucking bitch ass skull, and then fucking, yeah, your skull's gonna be nothing. I'm so sorry. That was a little much. That was a little core. I'm sorry. Fuck that scene! You know exactly the scene I'm talking about. Oh man, that scene was rough. Holy shit. What the fuck is that? Put your teeth on the curb! Jesus. Oh man. Whew. Put your teeth on the curb! Fuck. What the fuck? Oh, at least he jumped in the pool. Jesus, I was like, holy fuck, did he just clap himself? Blake Lively. Well, or Justin Baldoni. I mean, Baldoni has a lot of receipts. So, who knows? I don't think, honestly, with what's been going on with Blake Lively, she's just like another Amber Heard. So, I heard the director who made the movie didn't like the final product. Who? Justin Baldoni? Or the new director? Because they kicked out Baldoni. Oh, the American History X movie? Well, I mean, it was really, it was a movie about fucking, right? Oh, well, I guess because, the way he portrayed it? I thought it was okay. Then again, I don't know what his thought process on what he was trying to do. Exhibit the same behavior she accuses Justin Baldoni of doing. Will this even make it to drought? No, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of people who are on Baldoni's side. This is the letter the New York Times was required to send Justin Baldoni regarding Blake Lively's story. Oh yeah, that's right, that too. Because they did like a story based on... Edward Norton? Who is Edward Norton? Oh, this guy. Yeah. Yeah, the guy who, the protagonist, or the main character. Because Edward was controlling? Oh, was he? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that's how some... What the fuck? I mean, it was just like, right, I mean, it's just it's like what's happening with the Blake Lively stuff. It's the same thing. Blake Lively is trying to be too controlling, and then, right, the shit hits the fan, and Justin Baldoni gets caught up in some legal bullshit because of Blake Lively. Over his own movie, too, by the way. Yeah, yeah, I mean, some actors can be kind of entitled, right? Also, directors kind of have a certain direction they want to go for the movie, and sometimes it doesn't jive well with the actor for some reason. Or they feel uncomfortable doing that part or role or something, or scene. Just announced breaking Ontario Premier Doug Ford just announced threatens if the U.S. escalates, I will not hesitate to shut down the electricity off completely. President Trump, I will shortly be declaring a national emergency on electricity within the threatened area. America first. Yeah, that'd be kind of shady if he actually did that. Trump just announced Canada with the tariff. Oh, because of the terrorists. That's probably why. Yeah, then more tariffs on April 2nd if stuff continues. He will be labeling violence against Tesla showrooms as domestic terrorism.
Charge remains. Second one, and here's the first one that we saw that just.
That being a toxic sex trafficker and rapist of 15-year-old girls is not protected free speech. Oh, this is about the fucking.
Yeah, my.
Did you hear about the fucking Andrew Tate shit? Motherfucker went to Florida. DeSantis was like, nah, get the fuck out of here. We don't like you. You've been doing some weird shit over in Romania and UK and all over the world. We don't fucking trust you. Fucking kicked him.
Hey, to the best of my knowledge, the Tate brothers are not in Florida right now. The investigation is still.
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the Tate brothers.
Ongoing. These guys are charged with pretty horrific offenses around the world. There are victims that have come forward around the world, and we're looking at possible victims and possible conduct that may have taken place on Florida soil. We didn't want these guys to come here. I don't know how they got here, but at the end of the day, if you're here and you're a criminal, if you're going to engage in activities that go after women, that go after our kids, we're gonna come after you. This is, not a question about, a political persecution. If you go after
that too. He was all like, "Oh, the Matrix is coming after me. Oh, the Matrix. Oh, it's a political persecution."
It's not political. That's just what it is. I mean, these guys, they've gone public, joking around saying, man. "Oh, what is the age of consent in America? 15, 16, 17? Oh, we can't remember." That's absurd. That is horrific, and anybody that's going to defend, that practice is on the wrong side.
He was obviously just fucking
joking. If you are soliciting
whatever.
And trafficking minors in our state, you believe in you belong in the dark, cold back of a jail cell. That's a matter of fact. I'll send her.
No, there you go. Just Doug has cautioned: if the U.S. intensifies the situation, you can suck my dick. Team just announced they are porting to go. It's already 10 times faster. AI just announced the first generative AI by China. It automates any task here on 13 wild example. It runs 50 social media accounts 24/7 automatically on screen and can schedule, write, engage, and summarize without human input. Yeah, this person's using a bunch of fucking bots. But as you can see, this is what bot people do. Botnets do. They start up a bunch of virtual machines, right? In this case, it's a bunch of virtual machine phones. And each virtual machine phone has a different account, right? And they just start tweeting on just random shit constantly, 24/7. And that's basically how you drive up engagement, or right, just do weird shit. Or just try to overload the system. But yeah, that's essentially the basis of things. Alright, ladies and gents, I think I'm gonna have to call it. I'm getting tired, and I'm hungry, and I gotta use the restroom. And I can probably take it. Well, actually no, I can't. I got shit to do this week too. I got English stuff. I gotta write a paper. My major research paper for my goddamn English class. 24-hour stream? My 24-hour stream would be me hunting you down and then making sure I see the life bleed from your eyes. Sorry. My bad. Alright, I'm getting out of here. Thank you.